How's it going, guys? So Blitz is here. So today I have my team builder for the UBA. So you might be asking, what's the UBA? So UBA is this new league that I joined. So we're in season 1. And this is probably, besides I would say the NPL and GBA, one of the hardest leagues that you will see. So we have players like Regulator from the GBA D League, Aberforth, Techno from the NPL, John W. Who else is there? The Flying Bird, my good friend, and lots of other great players. Carson, the reigning NBA champion. There's a lot of great players in this league. So here's my team. So I think I had either the 7th or 8th pick in the draft. So the first couple picks were all the new mons. So Naganadel, Blastphalin, or however you say it, Stakataka, they all went very early. So how the draft worked, it was like the GBA draft. So you had tier 1, tier 2, 2 tier 3s, tier 4, and tier 5. Then you had to fill out your certain free points. The only difference is we don't have a mega slot. Your mega just counts as one of your mons, either in a free points or in a tier. So I started off with Kieran Black, and so my friend the Flying Bird was the next pick after me, and he wanted Kieran Black, so he wasn't too happy with me as I stole all his mons. So we started off with Kieran Black, arguably the best mon in the format. Great, 170 base attack is just not fair, just kills everything. Then the next pick that we went with was Thunderous Eye, which I actually got this core from Bird. He loves the Kieran Black flying electric core. And I thought Thunderous Eye was probably the best one for one reason, and that is Prankster Thunderwave. So if I can run, so let's say my opponent doesn't have a fairy, and I paralyze every mon that's faster than Kieran Black. I don't think there's any mon that will live a Choice Banded Outrage from Kieran Black. Like, that is just gonna murder everything. And then with its coverage of Ice Beam, Fusion Bolt, Earth Power, it just kills everything. So yeah, and then Thunderous Eye has nice Prankster Thunder Wave. Also has nice speed, breaking that 110 speed tier, which is very nice. So it's gonna outspeed things like Latios, Latias. What else is a 350? Gengar, stuff like that. Nice coverage, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave. And then Physical is a very viable set too, with Wild Charge, Knockoff, Superpower, things like that. So I thought those were two very nice first two picks. Then the next pick I had was Sylveon. So I wanted to grab a fairy before they were all kind of going. Round 2, I believe things like Lola Ninetales went. Clefable was gone. So Togekiss had either just gone or was about to go. So I thought, actually Togekiss went round 5, so my mistake, but I thought it was going to go relatively soon. So I decided to pick up Sylveon then before I got sniped, as a good fairy type is very important. And also in this draft, so the way we did it was you were allowed to trade draft picks for any round. So I traded with Regulator. I believe it was my round 4 pick. So I think I traded my round 4 and my round 9 for his round 3 and round 10 or 11. So it was kind of cool in that sense. So you were never really sure if someone was going to trade up to snipe you. So you kind of wanted to get your picks early. So yeah, picked up Sylveon, nice Cleric, Wish Protect, all that stuff. And then it always has that ability to be offensive, which I was really looking for in a fairy. So I could either run Scarf, Hyper Voice, Specs, Hyper Voice, or Shadow Ball, Psyshock, Hidden Power Fire is pretty nice. So Sylveon's very good at his job, but it can also do multiple jobs. Next pick was, in my opinion, probably the best fire type in the format for its value. You can always go Heatran in Tier 1, but that's an extra 80 points. So in Tier 3 we picked up Arcanine. So probably the best defensive fire type, as it has Morning Sun for reliable recovery. Intimidate is always nice. Will-O-Wisp, and then Extreme Speed is very good. You will never have a bad Mon with Extreme Speed. So then with Flare Blitz, Flamethrower, Wild Charge, Close Combat, I believe it gets stuff like Crunch. I think that's most of the viable moves that you'll run. Burnout is also there. As it's a VGC move. It's very popular, so I believe I forget what the base power is, but it's very high and it gets rid of your fire typing. So that was a nice pickup. And then my next pick, I think I picked this a little early, honestly, but I think it was worth it because there aren't a whole lot of great steel types left, and I wanted to get into Tier 4 relatively early because when I draft, I find there's lots of good mons in the higher tiers. So if your Tier 2 gets sniped, you're going to get a good replacement. But if your lower tier mons get sniped, there's not a whole lot down there that's going to be any good. So there are usually one or two mons down there that I really want and really need. And I don't like messing around and waiting for them in case I get sniped. And I believe this was also a later pick. I think it was round 6 or 7 because I traded away my round 5 to somebody. So I grabbed Registeel. Very good, nice passive mon. Can kind of be set up fodder, but I think I have the team where I can kind of play around that. I have nice speed tiers, and I have Intimidate as well to kind of deter that, as well as Dragon Tail and Roar on a couple mons. And nice Stealth Rocker, and really finishes up my Fairy Dragon Steel core very nicely with Kyurem Black and Sylveon. So that's relatively nice. And then our next mon was Crobat. So Crobat gives me a nice speed tier at reaching 375. Very versatile mon, I find. I have this mono-type team that I have where I have defensive Crobat with Rocky Helmet, and it puts in a lot of work. I think I've won a league match with a Crobat walling a Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill I think did 8% to it with a U-turn. It can be very defensive, and then there's Nasty Bat, and then just slap on a Choice Band, click Brave Bird, win the game, Crobat, which is pretty nice as well. And then we have Cobalion. Cobalion, Double Dance with the Z move is very good. Assault Vest is very good. Gives me another Stealth Rock user. Gives me a good speed tier. Gives me Volt Switch. Just gives me a lot of options. And I've never really used it, but I've used it in Smogon play, and it's done very well for me. So I figured I'd try it out. And then next pick was Chestnut. I believe I wanted Tangrowth, but somebody sniped me on that one. So we have Chestnut. So Chestnut gives me a Spike user, which is very nice. Leech Seed is nice. Belly Drum Salic Berry is very good. And just giving you a good defensive wall, as well as Bulletproof, can be very useful ability. So that can be very nice. And then for my Mega, I picked up Mega Blastoise to finish off my Firewater Grass. A lot of people don't like Mega Blastoise. I love it in League play. It gets a little one-dimensional, but that one dimension is just very, very good. So I'm not going to complain that a mon isn't very versatile when it's Mega Blastoise and it has lots of coverage. So it's usually just a defensive mon with good special attacks and a nice spinner, which I needed on my team with a Kyurem Black and Thunderous Eye and an Arcanine and a Crobat. I have Crobat for defog. Thunderous Eye gets defog this gen. But a nice reliable spinner, especially when I have a Chestnut to Spike Stack, Registeel for rocks. It's just nice to have something to get rid of the hazards on my side and leave my hazards set up. Next we went with Wheezing. Wheezing's a good mon, good defensive wall. It's hard to find a mon in Tier 4 that really I liked. Wheezing's put in work before. I like it. Not a whole lot to say about Wheezing. These last couple mons, like the last two mons, were kind of just, I needed something in the lower tiers, and they're really the only ones that I liked. Last one was Rhydon. I didn't have a ground type. Gives me a nice ground type. It's actually a lot better than Rhyperior. With its Eviolite, takes a lot of hits. Good stealth rocker. I found it's very good for electric types, because even like a non-stab grass type move or water type move won't kill it. You can usually hit it back decently hard. So yeah, that's my draft. My Z Pokemon I got made fun of a fair bit for in Cobalion. People were saying I should have gone Kyurem Black or Thunderous Eye. But I have a reason for going Cobalion. So Kyurem Black is amazing on its own. Doesn't need a Z Crystal. Thunderous Eye is amazing on its own. It doesn't need a Z Crystal. Cobalion, good mon. But I find it benefits more from a Z Crystal. Like, I would rather have 3 very good mons than 2 very, very good mons. You know what I mean? I'd rather have the 3 mons that everyone is scared of. So, I like having that kind of option. So, yeah. So, whatever people say about my Z-Mon, I like Cobalion. It should put in work as a Z-Mon. So let's get to my team builder for week 1. So we just went over my team. So week 1 we are facing the New South Whalmers and my good friend the Flying Bird. He's kind of the guy that is getting me into these bigger leagues. He's the NBA commissioner, which is I would say my home league. It's the league that I prioritize the most. I'm a commissioner in the league. It's a nice league building. Feel free to join. Join the community server. So his team, he has Weavile, Mega Gallade, Snorlax, Cofagrius, which is a Zmon, Nihilego, Primarina, Torkoal, Stunfisk, Scizor, Druddigon, and Tangela. So if you look at his team, it's relatively slow, I would say, besides the Nihilego and the first 2 mons. I don't see him some of his mons seem relatively useless to me. Like Torkoal, Stunfisk is a great mon, but it's not. It shouldn't be brought. Druddigon against my team probably shouldn't be brought. Tangela, Kyurem Black just eats it for dinner. So against me, he probably brings the first 4. He loves Snorlax, he loves Cofag, so I predict those. Nihilego, like a Scarf Nihilego can do a lot. Registeel kind of walls it, but it can put in work against my first couple of mons. And then Scizor, 50-50, could be brought. So let's look at the team I have this week. So we have my Blastoise with Dragon Tail, Scald, Toxic, Rapid Spin. So Scald puts in work against most of his mons. Dragon Tail is just kind of there in case a Weavile sets up or Mega Gallade sets up. This walls Weavile. Knockoff does nothing. Icicle Crash does nothing. So this is my Weavile switch in. Then we have Registeel with Resto Chesto. This is my Nihilego switch in as Power Gem and Sludge Wave. Like if he runs a Life Orb set, like Life Orb with enough to probably he won't be scared of Thunders. Thunders won't do anything to Nihilego. So with Power Gem, Sludge Wave, he kills me. So I have to use this as my Nihilego switch, and Iron Head does a whole lot. Stealth Rocks is nice. Toxic is there to wear down his team, and then Rest just to regain health. As you can see, we're max Spadef, max HP. We have Arcanine with Rocky Helmet, Flamethrower, Extreme Speed, Will-O-Wisp. This is there for Weavile and Mega Gallade. Specifically for Scizor. So Scizor really does absolute nothing. And every time Scizor comes in, like every time Scizor's in, I switch Arcanine. He hits me with something, and then I got a free Will-O-Wisp on whatever comes in on his team, which is very nice. Extreme Speed's there for priority, Flamethrower for Scizor, Weavile, and Warning Sun for recovery. And then we have Choppleberry, Double Dance, Cobalion. So if I can, this is there for a Mega Gallade, Drain Punch, or a low kick from Weavile. For Weavile, if he goes for low, like if I'm in on Weavile, I click Rock Polish. He goes for low kick or Brick Break. Choppleberry eats it up, and then I kill him with Iron Head. And if I can get Swords Dance up, it's pretty much game. We have enough speed to outspeed Nihilego. Odd HP, max attack, and 4 in defense and special defense just to maximize the EVs. And then we have our Choice Scarf Sylveon. So with this Sylveon, Hyper Voice, with my EVs, I outspeed what his Weavile and Gallade should have their speed at. And Bird is a great player. He will have his speed at the right places. He won't be a small gun player and run the max speed set that is not needed. He'll maximize his EVs. So Hyper Voice should kill the Weavile, do a lot to Gallade. Psyshock is there for the Nihilego in case that gets out of hand. HP Fire for Scizor, and Toxic is there for things like Snorlax and Kofag. And my last mon is Thundurus. He doesn't have a great electric switch in, so Specs Volt Switch is very nice. Focus Blast is there for the Snorlax. Thunder Wave in case something gets out of hand, like a Nihilego. And yeah, that's the team for this week. And stay tuned for the battle next coming days.